but accept the facts. And there your greatness lies in accepting the fact that you don't have a majority in Maharashtra now, which you will have to accept.
Mr. Kesarkar, this is Akanksha Swaroop. I'd like to take my next question from you, and that is that yes, till yesterday we were hearing of Mr. Shinde also trying to stake claim over the Shiv Sena symbol of the bow and arrow. Does that indicate that Mr. Shinde and your rebel camp under the leadership of Mr. Shinde is now finally ready to form its own separate party?
Madam, as it is, when we are forming our group, it is not our intention to take over the symbol of Shiv Sena. All of them respect Bahasaheb. So please try to understand, in spite of all the time we are urging the Honorable CM Uddhav ji, that you don't go with this alliance, you go with BJP because you were together for the last 25 years. In the interest of the state, the PM and CM should share good relations. Even if you are not in coordination, then the state suffers. It is the financial capital of India, and you cannot leave the state like that, making political allegation, disqualifying somebody. You, if you have true, you say that Maharashtra is yours, you must care for Maharashtra
All
and
right.
not for any post or anything. He's a great person, he's a great personality. He should accept that Shiv Sena don't have a majority in the house now. Another group which is representing Shiv Sena, you must recognize it. You should say that let one Shiv Sainik be in a position of ruling Maharashtra, and then you should see to it that Maharashtra progresses.
Mr.
And that is the
Kesarkar,
main thing.
Mr. Kesarkar, having said that, you're talking about the progress of Maharashtra based on that alignment of ideologies with the ideologies that were propagated by the late Bala Sahib Thackeray. Having said that, yesterday Sanjay Raut made a very crucial comment. He said that if your rebel MLAs were to return to the Shiv Sena, he may just consider, or rather his party may just consider breaking away from the MVA. If that were to happen, will you return to Uddhav Thackeray?
He is only saying, he is not acting upon him. Let him dissolve MUA first and then ask the MLAs to come back. MUA is not yet dissolved. They are still holding it. So what is the point in saying that? It is just a pressure tactics. You want us to come to Maharashtra. I was present in Maharashtra. I never left Mumbai. But when 100, 150 party workers, they surround your car, they follow your car, this is something which I have never accepted in my life. I had made a fight, which was Bahasaheb's dream in Konkan, to bring peace to Konkan. How can I tolerate that? I don't accept such things. And how a lady MLA, how she will feel when 100 people will surround her car, and you want to, we want us to come in Maharashtra to face all that? It is not possible, madam. If you are a true leader of Maharashtra, you must give that security to Maharashtra. We are talking about, we are taking the name of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. What is the legacy of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? When he conquered Kalyan, he gave the status of his enemy's wife as his mother. And that is the culture of Maharashtra. That is the culture of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And today you are asking the lady MLAs to come to Maharashtra. And at the same time, Mr. Raut is saying we are going to fight on street. What is a fight on street? It's a muscle power. So I don't think this is proper, and this is not the culture of
Mr. Deep,
Maharashtra.
Mr. Deepak, one question comes up that what is your understanding with the BJP? You know, here in Assam, we find that BJP ministers are there in your hospitality and also they're back in Maharashtra, though they are not coming out openly. What's your understanding with the BJP?
Madam, we have openly requested Uddhavji to have an alliance with BJP because we have fought the election together. When we were in Maharashtra, everybody was unhappy at the kind of attitude that Sena and BJP was having. They wanted to disturb our MLAs. They were not giving funds to their constituency because the people who elect them, the development should be there. So everything they were denied to them. And the person who was defeated in their constituency, who belonged to either NCP or Congress, they were given all the strength. So it was as good as finishing Shiv Sena from the assembly. Had this been continued, Shiv Sena could have not more than 10 to 15 MLAs in the next assembly. So we'll have to save our party also. And it is moreover Uddhavji's duty to save the party, which is the legacy of his father, great grandfather. So I have all the respect for him. It should be stopped somewhere. The facts should be accepted, and let a Shiv Sainik lead the legislative assembly, because as it is, Uddhav Sahib is not a member of legislative assembly; he is a member of legislative council. So let some Shiv Sainik like Shinde, who also equally loves and respect him, lead there. Or if Uddhav Sahib he wants to have a coordination with BJP himself, he should talk directly to the party. He's a leader, so he can or directly talk to anybody. So if our demand is met, then he should talk to Mr. Shinde also. We don't have any objection about that. But having the tactics, I know everybody. I used to be an NCP member, and I have submitted my resignation when I was asked to campaign for a person who had a criminal background. I refused it. I gave my resignation, and then I entered Shiv Sena. So my principles are there, and I always feel that on the principle which is guiding Shiv Sena, his Bahasab's principle, his legacy, and which should be maintained.
So Shinde camp has already reached to BJP. You are in talks with BJP, we can say that?
In Maharashtra, madam, there are only two options. You can form the government either with the help of NCP and Congress, otherwise you can form the government with the help of BJP, because there are only two options in Maharashtra. One option is out of question because we have opposed our alliance with Congress and NCP due to some reasons, and NCP was instrumental in breaking Shiv Sena for the three times. Three times they have broken Shiv Sena. So I don't know. I was a part of NCP, so I love my then leader Sharad Pawar also. I have the great respect from him. But it's a fact that he has broken Shiv Sena. So now, if you expect that he will build Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, I don't think that is proper. He will have to build his own party, and that is his right, and he will always do that because he loves his party. He will develop his party. That is what they were doing for the last 2.5 years in Maharashtra, and that's a good work. I don't criticize it. Everybody should develop its own party, but we are also from Shiv Sena. I have joined Shiv Sena, rejecting an offer from BJP when I made a big fight in Konkan, and that offer was much better. But I thought that this is the party which works for a common people, for the poor people. And where is that party which is working for poor people? Today, they will have to work for the development of Maharashtra. And that is the dream of Honorable Bahasab. And that dream should come true. That is my only request. These all disqualifying, forming groups is immaterial as compared to that.